Hey, Melaleuca. Welcome to our Launch 2023 broadcast. It is really great to see you here. And Susan and Kevin, are you ready for the new year?
I am so ready.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, Kevin, what can we expect at Launch 2023?
Look, I gotta say, I love this time of the year because it gives us an opportunity to start fresh. It's full of promise and possibility, and we have the chance today to forgive ourselves of any past mistakes and make new decisions today to change our family's future forever. And I love starting the new year with Launch because it gives us everything we need to make the most of this year.
What I love most about Melaleuca is regardless of who you are or what you desire, Melaleuca is the vehicle that can help you get there.
I think that's well said. And so now, let's not wait any longer. We are so glad you're here, and you're going to be happy you tuned in, and you do not want to miss a minute. We've got quite the lineup for you. A special message from Melaleuca's Executive Chairman, Frank Vandersloot. Also, exclusive business building trainings from two of Melaleuca's most successful leaders, Corporate Director 4, Kim McCauley, and Corporate Director 8, Rafael Rojas.
And you'll also hear real-life stories of how Melaleuca is changing lives. And of course, you'll learn more about Melaleuca's exceptional wellness products and a few new ones that you and your customers are going to love.
Yes, we have new products and game-changing announcements to discuss today, so don't go anywhere. Now's the time. Push aside any distractions. Find somewhere quiet, and you'll begin to see the possibilities Melaleuca can provide in your life. Today, you'll have the opportunity to discover what hundreds of thousands of families are experiencing. Lives change here. So why not yours, and why not now? Let's go.
I was married for 9 years with 3 beautiful girls, and then I got a divorce. And after that, I was a single mom working as a medical assistant, making $15 an hour with a college degree. And it was really hard to make ends meet. It's really hard right now because inflation is truly taking all of the extra money that we had, and we're so strapped. You know, I don't really have the freedom to take my kids to do extracurricular activities or anything fun because I'm constantly telling them I don't have the money to do it. And, I've actually had to take money from my kids to be able to pay for bills that they earned. And that's really hard. And my daughters told me, "You owe me a lot of money, Mom." And I said, "I know. I promise you I'm working so hard in Melaleuca to do that, to pay you back." And I'll never forget her doing that. When I started my Melaleuca business, I only had 2 weeks left in the month. And I had enrolled a month prior, so I was kind of behind on Pacesetter. And that stressed me out a little bit. But Melaleuca was doing a special promotion that month that if you enrolled customers, the first one was $25 and the second was $50. And I was donating plasma that month, and so was my boyfriend. And he was told that his iron was too low and we couldn't donate plasma that month. So we were out $500. And that's significant for our family. And so I was extremely stressed. We had to be able to pay rent and keep the lights on. So when I started the Melaleuca business and they had that promotion, I thought, okay, let's see if I could get that promotion. I did. And 2 days after I would enroll the people, I got checks in the mail. And I'm like, wait a second, this is replacing my blood money, my plasma money. And I was like, wait a second, I'm actually getting paid. I'm already getting paid. There's companies already paying me for enrolling these 3 or 4 people. Like, what? I was blown away. And so then the next month comes and I got a $1,600 paycheck from that work. And I was blown away. Like, I haven't made $1,600 on my own for over 3 years. And my middle daughter, Ariana, said, "Mom, I'm so proud of you. You made so much money." But my kids celebrated that win with me. And we get to grow this together as a family. And they get to walk through this with me. And Melaleuca is giving me an opportunity to do that and pay my bills. The reason why I am doing Melaleuca is to enhance the lives of my family, to enhance my own life and the lives of my children. That means I can provide my children with security and stability, something that I haven't had prior to Melaleuca. I feel very passionate about Melaleuca. I love their products. I love how Melaleuca changes families, and I want to be a part of that.
What a story. And stories like these, they are all around us. And they all started with a decision. Did you know that each one of us makes 35,000 decisions every day? And not all decisions are of equal importance. But your next decision, that has some weight to it. What do you want your life to look like 1 year from today? You see, at Melaleuca, you are always one decision away from a completely different life. And no one understands this better than Melaleuca CEO Jerry Felton. And let's not wait any longer to get Jerry's perspective about what's next for Melaleuca and for all of us. Now, here's Melaleuca CEO, Jerry Felton.
Thank you, Darren, and Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome to 2023. It's an honor for me to spend a few minutes with you as we start our journey of 2023 together. You know, we begin each year with this very important event, Melaleuca's January launch. It's an opportunity to introduce new and enhanced products. It's an opportunity to share and learn best practices for building a strong Melaleuca business. It's an opportunity to let you know what's new at Melaleuca and how we are investing in our future and why it will make a difference for you this year. And perhaps most importantly, it's an opportunity to share how Melaleuca is enhancing the lives of individuals and families all over the world. So now, as we begin a new year, it's time for all of us to settle on our personal and team goals and objectives we plan on accomplishing this year. It's time to determine what action and activities you will commit to each day so you can accomplish your goals. And it's time to team up and help others and lean into those same people for help and support you need. In short, it's time to take control. For that reason, I'm thrilled you've joined us today. And when this launch event is over, I'm confident it will be evident to you that you are in the right place. I'm also confident you will recognize that our future together is incredibly bright. As we look forward to this new year and the opportunities we have ahead of us, I'd like to take a moment and reflect on several important accomplishments in 2022. With the uncertainty of our economy and the challenges of high inflation, we asked you to focus on things that you could control. And with what Melaleuca has to offer, that was a no-brainer. Taking control of your health and your finances has not only been the theme for 2022, but for those who embraced it, it's made all the difference. We launched Shipping on Us in January with the objective to provide a way to reduce the overall cost of being a Melaleuca customer. Because of the pandemic, we were committed to get back to live and in-person events. We've been able to celebrate with you at Quest, Road to Executive Director, the Freedom Celebration, several advance events, the Tulum Fast Track, SCLC, President's Club, and so many more. In February, we were in Texas celebrating all those who qualified for Quest. At that event, we launched the 2022 Fast Track to Tulum. And what a response we had. In fact, if you were at convention, you'll recall the qualifier celebration where we filled the entire stage with everyone who had met the initial qualifications. The stage wasn't big enough. Because of that Fast Track, so many of you took control, and it paid huge dividends in growth and advancements and new partners to work with and help them achieve their goals. We arrived at convention in May with significant momentum. At convention, we announced several new products. We introduced the new critical activity bonus to our senior directors and above. We introduced the enhancements to the Melaleuca overview, and we introduced the Double Pacesetter Challenge. And again, because of convention and because of so many of you making life decisions coupled with your commitment to the critical activities, we witnessed and celebrated so many advancing leaders, growing businesses, and increasing repeat income. In July, we enhanced the Follow-Up Center by expanding the visibility to all of your personal customers beyond 6 months, making it easier for you to focus on your personal customer and organizational retention. As a company, we achieved 97% retention in 2 separate months last year, and we averaged over 96.7% for the year. That has helped increase your monthly repeat income. Then in September, at our Take Control live broadcast, we announced significant enhancements to the Melaleuca compensation plan. We increased the Pacesetter Director and Director 2 advancement bonuses by 50%. We added a month in between Director 3 and Director 4, giving that brand new Director 3 an even greater opportunity to remain on Pacesetter as they continue to grow and advance. And we introduced the critical activity bonus for Director 3 through Director 9 statuses. All of these enhancements were designed to help you stay focused on consistent critical activities that will result in growing your business and increasing your repeat income. And from September through the rest of the year, we watched our momentum continue to grow every single month. And in fact, in November, we passed the $6.9 billion mark in commissions paid to families just like yours. Now that is our mission at work. And based on the changes we've made, we are moving from one milestone to another very quickly, so stay tuned. $7 billion is just around the corner. Well, those are just a few highlights of 2022. And that's why I'm so excited about 2023. We are beginning this new year in a really good place. And with all the challenges in our world today, I cannot imagine a better place to be. The fact is, we are in the best position we've ever been at Melaleuca. Our products and our business opportunity strategically set us apart. We have exactly what families need today. Our relevance today, right now, is more of a strength than it's ever been. And by relevance, I mean we have the science-based products that people and families need now more than ever. Products that provide for better health and safer homes. And by relevance, I mean our solid and safe business opportunity that struggling families need now more than ever. And we are poised to deliver on our mission like never before. As evident in 2022, we are investing in you, in your business, and in every Melaleuca household. And while so many other companies are struggling, we are continuing to invest. We've continued to purchase more than our forecasted needs of raw materials, ingredients, and components, so we can be sure to have the products our customers need when they need them. And we've been able to reduce significant stockout challenges with that ongoing investment. We're investing tens of millions of dollars in our IT and digital platforms to be able to run our very dynamic and global business with better efficiency and continuity. Some of that investment is made visible to you in our new website, not only here, but in every market we serve. In order to keep up with our current growth and demands, we're expanding our manufacturing and distribution capabilities and capacity around the world. That includes manufacturing equipment and technology, new facilities, tractors and trailers, and the list goes on and on. Let me give you just a few examples. During the pandemic, we learned a few things. We were unable to rely on some of our partners. Prices went up, supply went down. You probably remember our Clear Defense bottle. Frank bought all the alcohol we could get our hands on before the pandemic was really acknowledged. We had all the product, but we ran out of bottles. We scrambled and were able to get some bottles. But if you recall, we had several different types of bottles all at one time. That was a real challenge. Retooling our lines each time with a different bottle, keeping production high to meet demands, and all the while, hunting for many partners who could keep up with us at the same time. Well, we decided to take control. We're now making our own bottles. We purchased and installed state-of-the-art bottle-making systems and equipment. And this strategic investment allows us to make our own bottles and eliminate our reliance on partners. It allows us to increase our vertical integration, manage our quality, and produce what we need when we need it. You heard Frank say at convention, we will make everything in the USA and Canada. We only had a few exceptions. Soluguard, Tough and Tender, and other Melaleuca wipes needed to be converted. Well, we've now taken delivery and are working through our deployment of our own state-of-the-art wipes manufacturing equipment. This is another example of our commitment to vertically integrate and take control from beginning to end. And as of November, our brand new Kansas City Manufacturing and Distribution Center started shipping its first orders for December. This is a big facility, just under 500,000 square feet. In fact, if you were to take our distribution facilities in both Idaho Falls and in Knoxville, put them together, they would fit neatly inside this new facility with room to spare. This strategic investment allows us to meet our current growth and gives us tremendous flexibility as we continue to balance the demands of our growing customer base. It also gets us even closer to our customers, reducing the time it takes for you to receive your wellness box each month. So while other companies are struggling, downsizing, letting people go, reducing investments for the future, even closing their doors, at Melaleuca, we're literally doing quite the opposite. We can do this because we're a debt-free company, and we're not afraid to invest in our future. And we can do this because we know we have what the world needs. We are in control. Every year, we add another year of experience and success to our solid and safe foundation, and we continue to build on that foundation for our future. 2023 will be no different. During the past 37 years, we've not only been fortunate to have Frank Vandersloot's inspired leadership to guide us, but it's the very reason why Melaleuca is in the unique position it's in. He continues to magnify our mission through his vision and his personal investment. His passion for you and our unique partnership continues to drive him, and his determination to make things better for all of us remains unwavering and steadfast. He's been really busy working on a very strategic project that he's going to share. Frank has been working towards this moment for nearly 3 decades. I will tell you, his announcement is going to have a profound impact on our future.
Hello. I've been waiting for this day for more than 27 years. I'm really excited that it's finally time to tell you what we've been up to for the last almost 3 decades. You can tell I'm wearing my ranching clothes today rather than my usual corporate attire. That's because I'm here at Riverbend Ranch. Riverbend Ranch is familiar to all of our senior directors and our corporate leaders because it's a tradition to have dinner here at the ranch when people attend Road to Executive Director. Now there's a reason why I'm giving you this message here from the ranch. About 19 months ago, I posted a video on the Enhancing Lives Facebook page. It was a video of Belinda setting off a string of dynamite. You might remember it. Here it is.
Charging. Okay, everybody ready? Fire in the hole!
Good job, my God. Now, you don't get to play with dynamite every day, and as you can tell, I thought that was kind of fun. Now, all I announced when I posted that video on the Enhancing Lives Facebook page back then was that we were starting to build our new manufacturing facility. But I never told you what that facility was going to manufacture. That was only 19 months ago. This is what has happened since then. And this is what that facility looks like today. It's a 210,000 square foot facility, and it costs $160 million to build. And of course, in Melaleuca style, it's all paid for. As you know, we plow Melaleuca's profits right back into the business to build a better future for you, our marketing executives. And this plant is a huge step in that direction. So what is it? That's the question we're going to answer today. What will we be producing from this facility? Well, I'm proud to say that it's a state-of-the-art beef processing plant. In fact, we think it's the most high-tech beef processing plant in the nation. Now, if you know anything about beef processing, then you know that for the last 30 years or so, the beef marketplace has been controlled by just 4 companies that dominate almost the entire beef industry throughout the entire United States. Those 4 companies are Tyson, JBS, Cargill, and National Beef Packing. These 4 companies are estimated to control 85% of all beef processed in the United States. This puts them into position to control the entire marketplace. And they do indeed control everything. They control what the rancher gets paid. They control wholesale prices, retail prices, quantity, quality, distribution, everything. It's quite a monopoly shared by just 4 companies. So if you eat beef, and almost everyone does, it's important for you to note that there's now another beef processor in town, and that's Melaleuca. But we don't only have the meat processing plant. It's taken us 27 years, but we now have all of the pieces, making us the only outfit in the entire United States that has a total vertically integrated beef operation, including all of the cattle ranches, farm ground to grow the feed, facilities, and now the processing plant itself that allows us to control the entire supply chain from start to finish. This includes the entire development of the animal for every day of its entire life, raising the feed that's fed to the animals, and the actual harvesting of the animals and the processing of the beef. No other ranch has a meat processing facility like this, and no meat processing facility owns a ranch that actually grows the cattle, nor do they own the farms that grow the feed for the cattle. It's taken us almost 30 years to get here, but we're finally here, and I'm really excited to tell you all about it. So hang on, here we go. We're here at our new beef processing facility. I've been anxious to tell you about it. As I said, the plant is approximately 210,000 square feet. It's located right here on the ranch. We believe that we're the only ranch in the world that has a USDA processing plant of this magnitude. There are ranches that claim to sell their own beef, and some do on a very small scale. But their beef is usually processed by a facility that the ranch does not own, so they lose control of quality. Some brands of beef have the word ranch as part of the brand name, but that doesn't mean that they really have a ranch. They're simply a meat company with a ranch name. But they like having the word ranch on the label as part of the brand, and although there's not really any ranch, they want people to believe that there is. So back to our processing plant. As I said, it's actually located right here on the ranch. We believe in protecting the environment, so we did not build it on prime pasture ground. We built it on a hill of lava rock surrounded by sagebrush. That's why Belinda had to set off that dynamite to break up the lava so that we could build the foundation. It's been a very fun project. There are many things that are extremely unique about this plant. First, it has state-of-the-art equipment all the way through. It would literally take a couple of hours to give you all the factors, but I'll share just a couple of the highlights with you. Most processing plants don't properly age beef. Proper aging adds flavor and tenderness. Aging is a process where you store beef at 30 degrees, slightly below freezing, for 21 days. Almost no one does it because it's so expensive to do, but we do. The plant has a 728,000 cubic foot aging cooler. That in itself is going to make our product substantially better than what you would find in the marketplace. The plant has a capacity of 600 head per day. That's 155,000 head a year. But it can be easily upgraded to more than twice that amount. Besides all the state-of-the-art equipment inside the plant, we have a whole lot of other features that no other plant in the nation has. A processing plant uses a lot of water. Our plant will use about 180,000 gallons of water per day. To make sure that none of that water goes to waste, we capture the water in a 20 million gallon lined reservoir and hold it there until spring, where we use it as irrigation on adjacent fields, which are in turn used to grow crops to feed cattle. We also catch any methane given off by the pond to recycle as fuel to heat hot water for the plant. We also have an extensive composting operation where we compost byproducts to be used to fertilize our fields that, in return, grow crops for cattle feed. Again, nothing goes to waste. Another important aspect is the fact that our 20,000 head feedlot is only 250 yards from the plant. In most processing plants, cattle are trucked hundreds of miles just prior to the day of harvesting. Loading and hauling cattle in trucks causes bruising and stresses the cattle, which greatly affects the quality of the meat. At Riverbend, since the processing plant is right here on the ranch, the cattle have a short, peaceful walk down a lane to the plant. There's no stress on the cattle, and we estimate it will save about $2 million a year in trucking costs. And of course, we'll pass that savings on to you and to your customers. So let's head back over to the ranch headquarters, and I'll tell you more. Now, what does a beef processing plant have to do with Melaleuca? Well, almost 27 years ago, I stated that the day would come when everything that is consumed in your household will someday be made available through Melaleuca. I'd like to take you back to our 1995 convention and relive that moment. Here it is. Let me explain a couple things to you. As we came forward with Melaleuca and saw the opportunity out there, we have defined, as most companies do, what your product niche is. So let me share that with you if you haven't already realized. As you walk into your home and go through the cabinets and the closets, the pantries, the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom, we have defined our product niche as any product that is used in the home on a consistent basis and consumed day after day, week after week, month after month. That's our product line. Now you can imagine that is an extensive line. We have potential to roll out products for several decades to come. That was 27 years ago. Of course, we've kept that promise. Since that day, Melaleuca has introduced over 330 new products, including products like Renew, Soluguard Botanical, Peak Performance Pack, Safe and Mighty, Say Bella, Sustain Sport, Florify, and hundreds of other products. And today is just one more giant step towards having a healthier version of everything you consume in your home to be available through Melaleuca. So, Melaleuca has a brand new state-of-the-art processing facility. And yes, high-quality beef will now be part of our product line. But that's not the story, not by a long shot. The real story is what kind of beef, and how will it be different from what you purchase in the grocery store? That's where the magic is. We have something extremely special to offer the world. First, I'm going to give you some background on how we got here. And then I'm going to tell you what we're going to offer the world and what makes it so unique. We're also going to explain what gives our beef so much more flavor and tenderness, and what makes it more healthy, and why no one else is going to be able to compete with us. And then I'm going to tell you how it's going to impact your Melaleuca business. So first, some background. Cattle have always been part of my life. I grew up milking cows every night and every morning from the time I was 10 years old until I was 18 and I left home to go to college. Since the home I grew up in had no telephone, no television, and of course no video games, my little sister and I had to improvise. Sometimes we just played with the cows, and sometimes we used them for transportation. My point is that cattle have always been a part of my life. Even though I had a career in corporate America, when our kids were growing up, we always had a few calves around to teach our children and grandchildren responsibility and the merits of manual labor, like building fences, tending cattle, and just hard work. And then Belinda and I decided to stop dabbling and get serious about ranching. We started Riverbend Ranch 27 years ago, planning that someday it would become an important part of Melaleuca. It's been a wonderful journey. In the beginning, Riverbend Ranch only had operations in southeast Idaho. But as we grew, we expanded into Montana, Wyoming, and Utah. And now we even have ranching operations in Texas and Hawaii. The most northern portion of Riverbend Ranch is just 20 miles outside of Yellowstone Park. All told, Riverbend Ranch now consists of 8 ranching units, totaling approximately 290,000 acres, or about 436 square miles, all in preparation for this announcement today. Riverbend Ranch is now a division of Melaleuca, the wellness company. The ranch employs about 65 full-time cowboys and ranch hands, and a few cowgirls. These cowboys are not pretend cowboys, they're the real thing. They're tough, hard-working, fun-loving staples of the Old West. They and their families breathe, sleep, and live cattle. The ranch currently runs approximately 62,000 head, consisting of mother cows, calves, bulls, feeder cattle, and yearlings. We specialize in Black Angus cattle because they're the best suited for this climate, and they're known to have the most tender and most flavorful meat. But all Angus are not created equal. Superior genetics are an important part of our story. Our purebred Angus operation is considered to have some of the best Angus genetics in the world. This is our sales arena. Every spring and every fall, ranchers from all over the country come to purchase genetics from Riverbend Ranch. On sale day, this room fills up with hundreds of cattlemen who've come to purchase Riverbend bulls or Riverbend cows to upgrade their herds. Sale day is really fun for me. We'll sell almost 500 bulls in a single day. It goes pretty fast. On average, we will sell one bull every 27 seconds. Sometimes it feels a little like the New York Stock Exchange.
Get 10, 10 on the bull. I'll take 3, 4, 5, 5,000, 6, 7, 7. I can 7, and then yes, 8, 9. I can do 9, 10, 12, 15. I can 50. I can 24,000, and 24, 26. I can 26,000, and 7. I can 26,000, and 7. Sold out. $26,000 on it. 26,000.
As I said, we've been building the Riverbend Ranch brand for the last 27 years. For almost 3 decades now, we've been consistently scouring the nation, seeking out the absolute best Angus cows and the best Angus bulls. This has been a very fun but quite expensive endeavor because the best Angus cows and the best Angus bulls in the world are considered to be extremely valuable. For example, the most expensive cow that we've purchased to date is a cow named HPCA Surefire P245. We paid $500,000 for her. The most we've ever paid for an Angus bull was for a bull named Bougie that we purchased earlier this year. Bougie cost a mere $165,000, but he is really something, or at least he thinks he is. These cattle are expensive because they're very special cattle. You might be asking, what in the world could make these cattle so valuable? Well, it's many, many things. We consider as many as 40 different factors when we purchase one of these top-of-the-line animals. It's very seldom that you find an animal where all 40 factors line up perfectly. It would be like rolling a pair of dice 40 times and having them come up the same all 40 times. It really doesn't ever happen. But sometimes you can get pretty close. And when all of the ideal factors line up, you have essentially the ideal cow. And when you have the ideal cow, you can create others just like her. So that is what makes her so valuable. One of the most important things that we look for is the flavor and tenderness of the beef. Tenderness and marbling are predictable and of course add tremendous value. We've been purchasing these expensive cows for almost 30 years, one at a time, and we now have purchased several hundred of some of the very best individuals in the world. Now I assure you that we don't spend $500,000 for a cow and then turn around and eat her. These very special and extremely valuable individuals are breeding stock. They're the foundation of the herd. They create babies, and their babies create babies, and so forth. And over time, you can eventually have a herd of thousands of cattle with those kinds of genetics. So that is what Riverbend Ranch has today. So let's talk a little bit more about what makes these cattle so special. Well, many things, but like I said, some of the most important factors are flavor and tenderness of the meat. You've probably noticed that when you buy a ribeye steak or a sirloin or a filet, that sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's not that great. Therefore, in order to give the consumer accurate information so chefs can identify and purchase the most tasty and highest quality beef, the USDA inspects the meat as it's being processed, and the USDA gives it a certain grade. The USDA grade is an accurate indicator of what you can expect in the way of flavor and tenderness. The key secret to flavor and tenderness is the amount of marbling. Marbling is tiny flecks of fat sprinkled in the muscle of the meat. It's these tiny flecks of fat that give high quality, expensive steaks their flavor. Marbling, of course, also adds tenderness. And since flavor and tenderness is the target we're looking for, we're going to talk a lot more about marbling. When the USDA grades beef, it's simply a matter of how much marbling there is in the meat. Nothing more, nothing less. So here's a quickie course on USDA grades of beef. Watch this.
There are 8 grades of beef designated by the USDA, and there's one common factor that determines grade quality: the amount of marbling in the meat. Simply stated, the more marbling, the higher the grade. The 3 lowest grades are utility, cutter, and canner. These grades may be completely devoid of marbling and often come from older animals. They're typically reserved for making products like hot dogs and other processed meats. You'll never find meat in a supermarket labeled as utility, cutter, or canner grades because they're not palatable as straight cuts. The next grades are USDA Standard and USDA Commercial. Standard and commercial grades have no marbling and are considerably less tender than higher grades. When sold in the retail market, they typically go ungraded or are labeled under the store brand name and sold at very low prices. These grades are only suitable for stew and slow cooker recipes that will make them less tough. You would never consider grilling or frying these grades because it would result in dry, tough, hard-to-eat meat. You'd lose a lot of friends serving this at a barbecue. Next is USDA Select. Select beef is widely available in the retail market, but it is almost never labeled as USDA Select. USDA Select has slight marbling, but not much. It's a much leaner grade than USDA Choice and tends to be less tender and less juicy with less flavor. You wouldn't want to grill or fry this meat as it would be much too dry. You can cook USDA Select meats with moist heat methods like stewing, steaming, and poaching, or using a slow cooker. This helps break down tough fibers that are usually present in meat that has been graded Select. If you purchase meat at a grocery store and it has no grade designation, it's most likely USDA Select. If it were a higher grade of meat, say USDA Choice, the grocery store would proudly label it as USDA Choice. Speaking of USDA Choice accounts for roughly 50% of all graded beef. USDA Choice costs more, but is widely available to consumers in supermarkets and restaurants. If beef has been graded USDA Choice, the words USDA Choice will almost always appear on the label. Choice has a good amount of marbling, although less than USDA Prime. It can be cooked with almost any cooking method. You can typically grill, fry, roast, or bake this beef, as well as stew it or braise it without causing excessive dryness. USDA Choice is an excellent economic alternative to the next and highest grade of meat, USDA Prime, because USDA Prime can be quite expensive. It's also important to note that USDA Choice can be divided into 2 subgrades, Low Choice and High Choice. High Choice has the most marbling and is very close to the quality of USDA Prime in flavor and tenderness. USDA Prime is the highest grade of beef because it has the most marbling. There's simply nothing better. Beef that grades USDA Prime is very tender, very juicy, and full of flavor. USDA Prime is also very rare. Only about 9% of all graded beef will grade Prime. That's why it is very expensive. USDA Prime is usually reserved for high-end dining establishments. A USDA Prime steak at a fine restaurant in New York City, Chicago, or Los Angeles will cost between $85 to $95 a pound. People who can afford it will gladly pay that for a prime steak. That's because its exquisite tenderness and juicy flavor make it an absolutely delightful eating experience. But because USDA Prime is so rare and so expensive, many people have never tasted a USDA Prime steak. In summary, quality is all about marbling. The higher the percentage of marbling, the higher the grade, because it's marbling that produces tenderness, juiciness, and the most flavor.
So now, let me tell you about Riverbend Ranch Black Label. That's the brand that will be available only to Melaleuca marketing executives and Melaleuca customers. Riverbend Ranch Black Label will be 100% USDA Prime and High Choice. That's right. Riverbend Ranch Black Label will be only USDA Prime and high choice. But that's not all that makes Riverbend Black Label extremely unique. Riverbend Ranch Black Label will also be what we call never ever beef. That means our beef is grown without hormones and without antibiotics. That's a big thing because over 90% of all meat sold in America is raised with hormones and antibiotics. When you buy meat in the grocery store or at a restaurant, you can rest assured that it was raised on hormones and antibiotics. And you can be sure that it still has residues of those hormones and those antibiotics in the meat. That's guaranteed. At Riverbend, we never implant hormones and we never use antibiotics. We know the history of every single animal. We know where it was born, we know how it was managed, and we have tracked its progress and its health every day of its life. In fact, every animal will be certified that it has never been ill a single day in its life. And we will guarantee it's been raised with humane practices and given the most enjoyable life. We're going to talk more about that in a few minutes. But first, let's learn about hormones and antibiotics.
In the late 1950s, it was discovered that inserting growth hormones into cattle could lower the cost of producing beef animals by about 10 to 20%. By the early 1960s, over 90% of all beef in the United States were raised using hormone implants. That continues to be the case today. The implant is a small capsule containing a concoction of synthetic growth hormones that is inserted in the top of the ear between the skin and the ear's cartilage. These capsules usually contain a number of hormones, such as progesterone and testosterone, as well as synthetics such as trenbolone acetate and Zeranol, which is synthetic estrogen. Zeranol is still legal in the United States, but it has been banned in Europe because it's considered to bring on early puberty in humans and is also considered a carcinogen linked to breast cancer. Almost all ranches and almost all feedlots in the U.S. and Canada have been using hormone implants for the last 60 years. A calf may be implanted with hormone inserts several times during its life. If you buy meat at a grocery store or a restaurant, it's almost guaranteed that the beef was raised with hormone implants. It's also guaranteed that some of those hormones remain in the meat that you consume. Typically, meat that has been raised with hormones contains 7 to 20 times as much hormones as meat from an animal that was not raised with hormones. But hormone implants are just one of the concerns that educated, health-minded consumers have when it comes to beef. Antibiotic feed is another significant concern. It's typical for cattle to end up in a squalid, crowded feedlot to be fattened or finished for the last 6 months of their life. Because these cattle are packed into feedlots so tightly, if any animal gets sick, the entire feedlot is likely to get ill as well. So feedlots almost always feed a ration high in antibiotics to ward off disease. For the last 6 months of their lives, almost all cattle in the United States are fed a ration rich in antibiotics. That means that if you purchase your meat at a grocery store, it potentially has some level of antibiotics in the meat that you eat. Some people believe that beef labeled as all natural means no hormones and no antibiotics. But that is not the case. Beef labeled as all natural can be misleading. The USDA allows meat that has been treated with hormones and antibiotics to be labeled as all natural, even if it was raised with hormones and antibiotics up to the last day of its life. All natural on the label simply means that it is not artificial meat. If you want to make sure that your beef hasn't been grown with hormones or antibiotics, it should be labeled never ever. Never ever means never having been given any hormones or antibiotics.
As people have learned about the concerns and drawbacks of consuming hormones and antibiotics in their beef, there's been an increasing demand for never ever beef. But it's very difficult to find simply because almost all cattle raised in the United States are now raised with hormones and antibiotics. That's why Riverbend Ranch Black Label is certified as never ever. Never ever means it is guaranteed to never have been given any growth hormones or antibiotics not ever. Now, U.S. prime beef grown without hormones and without antibiotics is extremely expensive. Currently, a U.S. prime ribeye steak will be sold at retail for a $10 a pound premium. That means $10 more per pound than what a U.S. choice ribeye would cost. That's a huge premium on the difference between U.S. choice and U.S. prime. In addition to that, beef that has been raised without hormones or antibiotics worth an additional $2 to $3 per pound premium in the marketplace. So a $10 per pound premium for prime and an additional $2 premium for never ever above what you would pay for choice. A U.S. choice ribeye in the grocery store would cost approximately $16 a pound today. So you'd expect to pay approximately an additional $12 more per pound for USDA prime that is also never ever. So that's around $28 per pound or more for a hormone-free U.S. prime steak. That's downright unaffordable for most households. That's why U.S. prime is not normally sold in grocery stores. So I'm preparing you for some pretty high prices because that's what this quality of beef costs in the marketplace. And it costs that because prime is extremely rare and never ever is so much more expensive to raise. Now, we're Melaleuca, the wellness company. We believe that our members want healthy beef as opposed to the kind of beef that's generally available in the marketplace. And as you know, Melaleuca Preferred members receive a very nice discount when it comes to pricing. And you know that our founding axiom is exceptional products at reasonable prices. So the overwhelming question is, are we able to produce this exceptional, extremely high quality beef at a price that our members can afford? We'll get to that in a minute. But there's much more to the Riverbend Ranch story. Often people go to the grocery store and buy product without thinking about where that product came from or how it was raised or how it was treated throughout its life before it ended up on the shelves of your grocery store or on your table. I suppose that some people would just rather not know. But for those who would like to know and who do care, let me tell you the rest of the story. It's important to realize that all cattle are not raised the same. There are basically two types of cattle. There are beef cattle that are raised for meat, like Charolais, Herefords, and Angus. And then there are dairy cattle that are raised for milk, like Holsteins and Jerseys and Guernseys. Dairies raise milk cows for milk, and cattlemen raise beef animals for meat. Dairy cows are very skinny and put all of their energy into producing milk. Beef cattle are beefy and are more chunky. Dairy animals don't have much meat on them whatsoever. Normally, dairy cattle are not used for meat because they're just mostly skin and bones. But there's been a new trend over the last 20 years in dairy herds that is actually changing the supply of beef in the United States. If you care about the source of your food and how it has been treated, and I care a lot about that, it is important to understand what the life of a dairy calf is like. Watch this.
There are over 60,000 dairies in the United States, totaling 9.5 million dairy cows. To produce a steady flow of milk, a dairy cow must give birth to one calf every year. A dairy cow will usually have 3 to 5 calves in her lifetime, but she only has to produce one female calf during her life to replace herself in the herd. So, what happens to all her other calves if only one of her calves becomes a milk cow at the dairy? You've probably never asked yourself that question. But you should, because the answer affects the quality of your food. And, perhaps, your health. The simple answer is this: all her other calves are raised for meat, but there's a problem. If you know anything about dairy cows, you know that they're very skinny. They don't have much meat on them. Therefore, a purebred Holstein calf isn't worth very much when it comes to meat. So, the dairy industry has figured out that they need to breed their extra Holstein dairy cows to Angus bulls, in other words, a beef bull, so they can market them as beef. But it gets much more complicated than that. A dairy cow's job is to produce milk for people, not for her own calf. That means she never gets to nurse her own calf. In fact, as soon as the calf is born, it's taken from its mother. It's put in a tiny crate about 4 foot by 8 foot, and it stays in that stall until it's approximately 6 months old. It's implanted with growth hormones and fed a ration of milk from a bucket, as well as a constant diet of antibiotics so it doesn't get sick. It simply lives in this tiny crate. It never gets out to roam around. Baby calves were intended to be outside in green pastures, growing up with their mothers. Calves like to romp around and play with other calves out in the open, in a healthy atmosphere where they don't need antibiotics to survive. Cows and calves are social animals. They like being together. These baby calves never get out to play. When I say play, I really mean play. Any rancher knows that if he keeps a calf in a barn for even a full day and then turns the calf outside, it will be so happy for its freedom that it'll run and jump and frolic, like you see here. These calves were kept in a barn for just a short time and then turned outside. This will happen every time. Even with full-grown cows, if you keep them in a barn for a while and then turn them loose, they will do the same. Here's a video of a farmer that kept his cows in for the winter and then turned them outside. They're way too big to be jumping around like this, but they do it just the same. They're so happy to be turned loose outside. Dairy calves that are raised in crates never get even a single day to go play outside. Nor do they ever get to taste a single blade of grass, not even one mouthful, not ever in their entire life. After they reach 6 months old, they were implanted with more growth hormones and turned into a feedlot where they continue to be fed a dry ration with lots of antibiotics. Because they're so crammed in there, in the feedlot, they still never get to taste a single blade of green grass or ever have the feeling of running free. These cattle are harvested at about 18 months of age. A significant portion of meat labeled as certified Angus beef comes from dairy calves raised this way. Now, you might be asking how in the world a Holstein dairy calf can qualify as certified Angus beef. You couldn't if it were a purebred Holstein. But remember, they bred the Holstein cow to an Angus bull. That makes it half Angus. So, according to CAB guidelines, it qualifies as certified Angus beef. In fact, about 7 million half Angus, half Holstein calves are raised in this manner every year. It's an economic model that produces cheap meat, and it works for the dairy farmers. If you don't care what your beef comes from, and if you don't care that it's been treated with hormones and antibiotics, then it might work for you too. But more and more people are becoming interested in humane animal treatment and making their purchase decisions accordingly.
Look, this is how I see it. I grew up around animals, and I've been around animals my entire life. I enjoy them. I think that mankind has a responsibility of stewardship. I think we should treat animals humanely and responsibly. When animals are placed in our care, I believe that we should treat them well and give them the best life they can have. And that's where Riverbend Ranch comes in. Riverbend Ranch calves are born in the spring in March or April. They stay with their mothers from the day they're born. Mother cows care a lot about their babies. They nurture them and protect them and always know where their baby is. In June, as the weather warms up, the cows with their calves are moved to higher elevations, to mountain pastures where the temperatures are cooler and the grass stays green all summer. At 9 months old, they're weaned from their mothers. They spend the winter at lower elevations where the winters are not as severe. And then in the spring, when they're a year old, they're moved to high, lush mountain pastures of Idaho, Montana, or Wyoming, where they spend the summer together. These cattle are never mistreated. They have a wonderful life. They don't need antibiotics because they're roaming free in a totally healthy environment. They're cared for by people who love animals and who know how to take care of them. We believe humane treatment of animals is an important part of our story as we seek to provide our families with healthy, sustainable beef. Because Riverbend Ranch cattle are raised on green grass, on green pastures, and roam free in large mountain meadows, they stay healthy without antibiotics. Even when they are finally taken to feedlots to finish, they're not pushed in there like sardines. They're spread out so they can stay healthy without antibiotics. We monitor every animal's health every day of its entire life. If an animal were to ever get ill and needed antibiotics, it's taken out of the program, and when it regains its health, it will be kept with other animals that have been treated. And we will sell that meat, but not to Melaleuca customers. We'll sell it to grocery stores, just like everyone else does. But Riverbend Ranch Black Label is guaranteed to have been healthy every single day of its life. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty important. So Riverbend Ranch Black Label beef has the following advantages. It's the highest quality beef in the United States. It's U.S. prime or high choice, which means it's very tender and full of flavor. It's never ever been given hormones or antibiotics. It's been aged for 21 days. It's been treated humanely with ethical standards of care. It has been raised by their own mothers and not grown in crates. It's been raised grazing on mountain pastures and open spaces and fresh air. And it's guaranteed to have been healthy every single day of its life. We have vertically integrated operations and are in control of the entire supply chain. Your beef is purchased directly from the ranch, pasture to plate. It's exclusive to Melaleuca customers. Riverbend Ranch Black Label will not be sold to anyone else. Like all Melaleuca operations, Riverbend Ranch is debt-free, which means it's here to stay. Nothing can take us out.
Now let's talk about how we're going to use this phenomenal offering to build your Melaleuca business and increase your commissions. Over the years, we've added hundreds of new products to our product offering. In doing so, we've learned a lot. In the beginning, when we added a new product, it would always lift the average order a little bit. But as our product offering has grown to hundreds of exclusive wellness products, we've learned that adding new products doesn't necessarily increase average order. So with Riverbend Ranch Black Label, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to market Black Label beef as a business on top of a business. What does that mean? It means it will be almost like having two businesses, your Melaleuca business and your Riverbend Ranch business. Riverbend Ranch orders will be treated separately from your other Melaleuca orders. It means that when a preferred member orders their 35 product points from Melaleuca, their Riverbend Ranch order will not count towards that 35 points. Therefore, since product ordered in your Riverbend Ranch organization will not count towards the 35 product points, when a customer orders beef, it will be in addition to their regular Melaleuca order, and you will get a separate commission on your Riverbend Ranch organization. We estimate that your Riverbend Ranch business will increase the average product points for each Melaleuca customer about 25%, which will, of course, increase your Melaleuca monthly repeat income by the same amount, at least 25%. In addition to that, we believe it will bring a lot of new customers to Melaleuca. According to recent surveys, Melaleuca's average customer consumes between $50 and $150 of beef every month. So we've tailored our offering to that information. Of course, our entire offering will be via the internet. Now, there's some pretty successful internet beef programs out there, but we will have some tremendous advantages over all those competitors. For example, almost everyone has heard of Omaha Steaks. They're the most well-known and the most successful internet beef program in the country. Of course, Omaha Steaks is raised with hormones and antibiotics. It's not USDA Prime or High Choice, and it's not advertised to be never ever. And yet it's extremely expensive. Even though Riverbend Ranch Black Label will be much higher quality, we'll offer it to our Melaleuca Preferred members at a much lower price than Omaha Steaks. A newcomer, but very successful, relatively young company selling beef via the internet is ButcherBox. ButcherBox has taken the market by storm and is quite competitive in the marketplace.
Their beef is not even grown in America. It comes from Australia. It's also harvested and processed in Australia. It's also not prime or high choice. So again, our beef will be much higher quality and will be at a much better price than ButcherBox. But since ButcherBox has been so successful in the marketplace, we're going to use some of the things that ButcherBox does in their business model. For example, ButcherBox operates on a subscription-only basis, and that fits our model quite well. We're going to start out on a subscription-only basis. That means you'll have some choices on certain combinations of beef that you can order to arrive at your doorstep each month. These combinations will be called bundles, and you can choose to receive your bundle of beef either monthly or every 2 months. And you can choose to change bundles from month to month as long as you tell us before we ship your next bundle. Now, after we've been in business for a few months and learn a little bit more about what our customers' purchase habits are going to be, you'll be able to add a la carte cuts like steaks or roasts or ground beef or steak strips to your monthly bundle. But we won't be able to do that in the beginning. So tomorrow, you'll be able to go to Melaleuca.com and click on Riverbend Ranch Steaks and choose your subscription. Again, commissions on your Riverbend Ranch business will be in addition to your Melaleuca commissions. So there's no limit to how much you can earn under this program. Product points earned from your Riverbend Ranch business will be added to your total volume of your Melaleuca business each month, which will of course cause you and other marketing executives to advance in status more quickly. Now, it's important to note that the only qualifications to receiving commissions on your Riverbend Ranch business is that you need to set up your Riverbend Ranch personal production account that subscribes to receive an order of beef every month or every 2 months. To qualify to receive commissions, your personal Riverbend Ranch account needs to stay active in order for you to receive commissions on your Riverbend Ranch organization. So your first priority is to set up that account. If you have customers that subscribe prior to the month that you set up your personal account, you'll not ever receive commissions on those customers. Let me repeat that. It's important that you lead out. If you have customers that subscribe prior to the month that you set up your personal production account, you'll not qualify to receive commissions on those customers. So act now. If you and your customer both enroll in the same month, that'll not be a problem. But if they enroll in a month prior to the month that you set up your account, that creates a problem for you. So it's imperative that you get your account set up right away this month. Tomorrow would be ideal. Again, in the beginning, Riverbend Ranch will be available by subscription only. That means you sign up to receive a supply of beef every month or every 2 months. The reason it has to be subscription only in the beginning is simple. We're starting a whole new business here. Everything is new. There's a lot that's unknown to us, such as what will our volumes be? How many total customers will subscribe? What cuts will be in highest demand? What shipping challenges will we run into? And so forth. There are so many moving parts that it's really difficult to predict accurately. We want to do it right, so we're going to take it one step at a time. After we have a few months of experience under our belt, we'll be able to offer certain cuts a la carte. But in the beginning, we will only be offering certain bundles of beef. Customers will have a choice of 5 or 6 bundles that they can subscribe to. If you order monthly, you'll get a slightly better price than if you order every 2 months. The total price will include shipping, so there will be no shipping fee tacked on. I'm going to say that again. Shipping is included in the price. There will be no additional shipping charge. So how much does this beef cost, and how do we earn commissions and use it to grow your Melaleuca business? Since it costs a lot more to grow beef without hormones and antibiotics, and since we're offering only expensive USDA prime and high choice, you'd be right to assume that it's going to cost more than the meat that you're purchasing in the grocery store today. But I think you'll be pleased to learn that we can offer it at a very decent price. In fact, our prices will be substantially better than any of the national companies that are selling meat on the internet, even though our beef is of a much higher quality than what they're selling. Each Riverbend Ranch bundle has different cuts of beef, and each bundle is a different price. A bundle will contain various cuts from somewhere between 8 to 15 pounds of meat, depending on the bundle. The price of a bundle, including shipping, will be somewhere between $98 and $182. And the price includes shipping. Your bundle will come monthly or every 2 months. The price is better if you order monthly, but you should gauge that based on how much beef your family consumes. Let's look at the ribeye bundle, for example. It contains 4 ribeye steaks, 2 pounds of steak strips, 1 pound of diced steaks, and 3 pounds of ground beef. The price for the ribeye bundle is $146 ordered monthly, or $158 if ordered every 2 months. You might be asking how these prices compare with the competition. None of our competitors have this exact bundle, and their prices change almost weekly. But based on their offerings, it's fairly easy to calculate what this exact bundle would cost if you purchased from any of the national companies who sell beef on the internet. Let's take a look. If you purchased the ribeye bundle from Snake River Farms, it would cost $525. If you purchased it from Double R Ranch, it would cost $343. If you purchased it from Omaha Steaks, it would cost you $336. And you can get a screaming good deal from Butcher Box for $215.11. But as a Melaleuca Preferred member, you can get this bundle for just $146. I don't know about you, but I think that's huge. If you do the math, in many cases, you could actually get all of your Melaleuca products and your Riverbend Ranch bundle for what you'd have to pay for these other brands. And Riverbend Ranch beef is much higher quality. In fact, I just got to show you this. We ordered a shipment of ribeyes from Butcher Box. Here is a Riverbend Ranch Black Label ribeye lying next to a Butcher Box ribeye. Besides the size, there are other issues. The thickness of the Butcher Box ribeye was not even. It was 3/4 of an inch thick on one end and 1 1/4 inch thick on the other end. I don't know how you can cook that steak evenly. But there's another problem. Look at the color of the fat. That difference is because of how we finish the beef. The Riverbend Ranch ribeye will taste a whole lot better than the Butcher Box ribeye, guaranteed. Besides the price, quality is where we really shine. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. Only Riverbend Ranch checks all the boxes. Butcher Box is not vertically integrated. Their beef comes from Australia, and it's not graded prime or high choice. Omaha Steaks is grown with hormones and antibiotics and is not graded prime or high choice. Snake River Farms uses antibiotics, and Double R Ranch uses both hormones and antibiotics and does not guarantee high choice, and you have to pay extra for prime. So, Riverbend Ranch Black Label is much higher quality and yet at a much lower price. You've got to be asking yourself, how in the world can Riverbend Ranch give a much higher quality product at a much lower price? The answer is that we're vertically integrated. We control quality and price from beginning to end. It's our business model. Product points will simply be calculated as 10% of the total price of the bundle, including shipping. But there's more good news. Instead of getting paid 7% of product points like you do with your Melaleuca products, with Riverbend Ranch, you'll receive a commission of 10% of all Riverbend Ranch product points in your organization. That's right. 10% of product points on your Riverbend Ranch business. And of course, those product points will be added to your total Melaleuca business volume, which will allow you to advance more quickly. Now let's talk about timing. The plant is currently in startup mode, which means we're just now starting to operate the facility. We don't anticipate being able to ship meat until the last week of April. So that's when you can expect your first bundle of meat to arrive. So right now, we're in pre-subscription mode. That means getting everyone enrolled in the subscription program so that we'll have enough meat to ship to customers when we go live. The most important thing for you to do is to go to Melaleuca.com, click on Riverbend Ranch, and choose which bundle you want to receive, and then you need to indicate whether you want to receive your bundle once a month or every 2 months. Now in the future, there's going to be a $10 lifetime membership fee. But this month, that will be waived. So now is the time to act. Now before I go further, I need to say that pricing for Canada, Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico will be different than the lower 48 states because we'll have to ship by air to those areas. Now, for your customers that may not be watching this program today, we'll have segments of this presentation available for them on Melaleuca.com so they can get up to speed on everything that we've talked about today and so they can get themselves enrolled. Riverbend Ranch Black Label Beef is going to be a big deal. Not everyone's going to enroll immediately, but as soon as they understand what we have to offer and the price, they're going to want to subscribe. And there's a huge market out there for premium beef that's hormone-free and antibiotic-free. It's going to be a great enrollment tool for new customers since they'll not be able to purchase Riverbend Ranch Black Label without being a Melaleuca preferred customer. So use it as an enrollment tool. And please let your entire organization know about this right away today via texts and emails and phone calls and social media. You should light up their phones and direct them to Melaleuca's homepage where they can learn more about this program. It's important that they hear from you about this, but you also need brand new customers this month. So remember your main goal, which is to enroll new customers. So here's the plan. Enroll yourself as a subscriber right away and then reach out to your organization to let them know it's important that they subscribe also. And then get back to work enrolling new Melaleuca customers. So that's it, folks. A brand new business on top of your current Melaleuca business. It can make a significant impact on your income. Riverbend Ranch Black Label Beef will attract thousands of new customers. And most importantly, we'll be supplying the world and your customers with beef that's much more flavorful and much more healthy than what they've been eating. Riverbend Ranch Black Label Beef, another exclusive Melaleuca product that will add years to your life and life to your years.
For decades, the Riverbend Ranch brand has been a leader in providing the highest quality, genetically superior Angus cattle. In keeping with its long-standing tradition of excellence, Melaleuca has developed a specially curated line of spice blends designed to elevate the at-home dining experience. Each seasoned blend has been specially crafted with a selection of the highest quality spices and herbs to guarantee the potency, freshness, quality, and perhaps most importantly, flavor. Each of these 6 signature seasonings takes on a unique personality that heightens flavor and expands the appeal of both meat and vegetables. Introducing Riverbend Griller, where quality meets its match. Riverbend Griller's blend of unique complex flavors is built from the initial notes of pepper, fresh dill, and sea salt, and settles with mild red pepper and roasted garlic. Together with Riverbend Ranch steaks, Riverbend Griller will turn any home into a premium steakhouse. Looking for a taste beyond home-cooked perfection? Look no further than our premium Homestead Blend. Vibrant and earthy, Homestead Blend combines fresh garlic and onion with the herbaceous backdrop of sweet bell peppers and fresh parsley. An aromatic blend with a depth of complementary flavors. What about adding the crowd-pleasing final complement to any meal? Introducing a special blend of spices, Finishing Touch. Refined and versatile, Finishing Touch layers vibrant and earthy garlic with herbaceous rosemary. This distinctively pleasing blend proves that simplicity can lead to perfection. Finishing Touch is the go-to blend for any palate, pairing well with beef, chicken, pork, fish, and of course, vegetables. Looking for something more exotic? Something with a little kick? You'll want Southern Spice. Southern Spice features a private stock of premium spices that are as vibrant as they are unique. Built with a balanced mix of garlic, onion and red pepper that are enriched with the bright zing of orange, lemon, and lime. Southern Spice adds a perfect twist of flavor to any protein or vegetable. How about something distinctly unique? Something that'll have your guests asking for your secret recipe. Introducing Dark and Smoky, a rich and decadent blend that has been perfectly crafted to enhance the flavor profile of any dish, layering the rustic smokiness of paprika with the subtle bitterness of deep, dark chocolate, earthy garlic, and black pepper. Dark and Smoky brings a unique signature flavor to both chicken and steak, along with its smoldering dark brown color that brings an intriguing allure to the final presentation. Now, if spicy sweetness is more your taste, you'll love our Honey Cured Heat. Sweet and bold, Honey Cured Heat has perfected the delicate balance between subtle sweetness and tongue-tingling heat. With honey and raw sugar emboldened with a kick of cayenne, cracked black pepper, and garlic, Honey Cured Heat is a surprisingly elegant blend that turns any protein into an absolute delight. Riverbend Ranch Steaks line of premium spice blends takes flavor to new heights, and they're only available at Melaleuca.
You guys, Riverbend Ranch Black Label Beef. Who does this? Frank Vandersloot does this, you guys. It's a business on top of a business, and Melaleuca is providing an opportunity for us to increase our repeat income exactly at the right time. They always provide what we need when we need it, and I am so excited to share this message with my current customers and the future customers that will be shopping here.
I am so excited about the quality of this beef. I'm excited about the price of this beef. I'm excited about obviously the no hormones and antibiotics, just with, my nutrition background and what we care about with our children. But as a whole, to be able to have Riverbend Ranch Black Label beef shipped to my door, knowing it's good quality, knowing the price points, this is why we are so excited.
Well, first of all, it's food and everybody has to eat. And most Americans love beef. And in the world that we live in today, people want something that's made in America, comes from America, that they can buy directly from the source, that's antibiotic free, that's hormone free, that's cruelty animal free. And that's exactly what Riverbend beef is all about. That's what Frank has produced here for almost 40 years. This company has never stopped making our opportunity better, making our livelihood better, and making our future better. And this is probably the most exciting of all of those investments. And I've never had more hope in the future of our company. I think the best is absolutely yet to come.
Well, I am a farm girl from California, Missouri, and my first investment in my whole life as a kid was a cow. So I'm not a country girl, but I'm familiar with that industry. And now we have an opportunity to buy beef from Melaleuca, which is a company that we already trust. We know the source of it. And we know that it's even better than what we're buying today. No antibiotics, no hormones. You can't get it anywhere else.
I am so excited. I think this is one of the most phenomenal announcements that we've ever made at Melaleuca. And I've been here 28 years, so I've seen us add hundreds of products to the product line. Entering into this arena is huge. I mean, just think of the amount of beef that people eat on a regular basis. And to be able to offer something better than they can get in the grocery store for a better price is just like what Melaleuca delivers on so many other products. And so when I saw what we're launching here through Riverbend Ranch, this Black Label product that is only going to be the highest choice and prime quality, I couldn't believe the prices. And I guess we always tend to think first about ourselves as consumers, why we're so excited about the product. But when I think about the impact that this is going to have for our business, just one more highly consumable product that Melaleuca Preferred members get to shop for direct, enjoy the quality, enjoy the price. I'm just one more reason why they're going to continue to shop here month after month, year after year. The impact on our business will be huge.
What an announcement from Frank.
It is. It's incredible.
So, Kevin, I know you love to grill and smoke meat. And what do you think of this?
I could not be more thrilled because they'll teach you. I follow all these groups, and they'll teach you the number one secret to being an incredible griller or smoker, whatever you want to call it, is the quality of the beef that you use. But beef of this quality, you can't get it anywhere.
Love it. Now, everyone, later today, we'll be sharing more news on Melaleuca's Facebook pages.
Yes, so make sure that everyone in your organization is a member of Melaleuca Enhancing Lives Facebook, because that's where we're going to keep you informed and answer all of your questions. And of course, that's where we have other important Melaleuca communications. And there are 2 immediate next steps. First, right away, you can go subscribe to lock in your earning potential and take advantage of the waived subscription fee. And remember, regardless of which bundle you choose, your account will not be billed until your bundle is shipped in April. And second, get the word out to your entire organization.
And here is how you're going to do it. You can share an engaging, short Riverbend Ranch intro video with your customers to help tell the incredible story behind Riverbend Ranch and to help you encourage them to subscribe. Now, here's a pro tip. You can use this video in your Melaleuca customer-only Facebook groups, or you can email or text it to your current customers. Now, where do you find the video? Well, it's simple. You go to the Digital Asset Center on the Melaleuca Business Center and download the video. And then you're ready to share. And here's another option. You can simply share the website link, melaleuca.com/Riverbend Ranch. You can do that with current customers where they can watch the video and learn a whole lot more about the Riverbend Ranch steak story. They're going to love it, and you will too.
And now you're probably thinking, is Riverbend Ranch Black Label part of the overview? The answer is yes. The Riverbend Ranch slide in the appendix section of the new overview is available now. And speaking of the new overview we announced at convention just 6 months ago, we've already seen tremendous results. By simply reading the slides and covering the entire message, we're seeing a significant impact on the percent of new customers selecting category 2 or 3. More are interested in building a business, which means more personal leaders for you.
Now, while many of you are comfortable presenting the overview one-on-one and in person, because now you're simply reading the slides and then sharing your own personal story, there may be a few of you who are new and may not yet be confident in presenting the overview. Well, if you want a flawless overview option that you can share one-on-one or at in-homes or via Zoom, get ready for the new overview video that you can start sharing today.
That's right, effective today, you can see and share videos of top Melaleuca leaders presenting the new overview.
Now remember, there are multiple ways to use, and each one is a great choice. You can play the video via Zoom or WebEx or share your screen while you're doing that. You can also play the video in a live in-person meeting. And here's what you're going to appreciate. Every overview, every single one, is a perfect presentation to use with a potential customer or maybe train yourself or new business builders on how to present the overview in a way that helps you enroll new customers and develop personal leadership.
And remember the needs you identified when you invited them to the presentation, because after the overview is done, you'll want to answer their questions and help them see how Melaleuca can help them with their specific needs. And as long as you have internet access, you can use one of these overviews anytime, anywhere. So as Darren said, whether you meet in person, over Zoom, prefer to read the slides yourself, or have someone else do it, we've got you covered as you share your message with those you care about.
Now you may be wondering, where do you go to learn more and start using today? Well, you go to the Business Center, and then you go to the Enrollment Center, or simply go to melaleuca.com/overview. So now let's focus on Melaleuca's life-changing exceptional wellness products. Are you ready? Let's take a look.
Thanks, Darren. With the exciting announcement of Riverbend Ranch Black Label, there truly has never been a better time to be a part of Melaleuca. I've been looking forward to this announcement for quite some time, and I've got to tell you, we have an office full of people that are just as excited as I am. I know a few of you probably came out of your chairs when you heard the announcement, and there are going to be some legendary barbecues this summer. Now, we have a lot more to share with you. It's Melaleuca's one-of-a-kind, finest in the world wellness products that make our business opportunity so exceptional and the repeat income so sustainable, so predictable, and so strong. We never stop researching and seeking to unlock nature's secrets. We are committed to researching and implementing the latest science so we can put the power of nature to work in all of our products. When you combine our mission of enhancing lives with that dedication to research, you get a different kind of company. A company that focuses on delivering the absolute best wellness products in the marketplace. We only use the safest and most effective ingredients available.
That results in products that clearly outperform the competition and consistently deliver outstanding results, products that are life-changing. We seek the highest levels of quality in everything we do. When it comes to product development, we innovate by applying proven advancements in science and concentrate on what delivers real results, not on fads or on folklore. Now, some of you may be thinking, every consumer goods company follows the science and is focused on delivering results. Sadly, that's far from the truth. It doesn't take much to find examples where a company's focus on marketing and selling a product appear to be far more important than the actual results that product delivers. Let's take a look at one of Melaleuca's competitors in the nutritional supplement space. You've likely seen Nature Made before. They're one of the largest supplement brands in the market. Let's take a look at one of their products, specifically their Gummy Multi-Plus Omega 3. On the front, their label clearly states that this product supports bone and muscle health, immune health, energy metabolism, and then they say heart-healthy omega 3s. Now let's take a look at what they actually deliver by reading the supplement facts panel on the back label. Let's start with heart-healthy omega 3s. They deliver 60 milligrams of DHA and EPA omega 3s. 60. Now many of you may have already noticed an issue here. Many trusted organizations recommend that you get 500 milligrams a day of DHA and EPA omega 3s. The FDA set the level at 800 milligrams of EPA and DHA in order to make a statement that a product may reduce the risk of hypertension and coronary heart disease. This Nature Made product only has 60 milligrams. This is far from the research recommended amounts to provide heart health benefits. Now, what about their energy metabolism claim? They do list vitamins B3, B6, and B12. However, they don't provide the complete vitamin B complex. There are 8 vitamins in this complex that are involved in the process of generating energy within your cells. Notably missing is thiamine, or vitamin B1. It's documented that there is some degree of thiamine deficiency in about 20 to 30% of older adults. Now, what about their immune health claim? Nature Made lists 50 milligrams of vitamin C, or 56% of the recommended daily value. Research indicates that optimal antioxidant protection from vitamin C is provided at around 200 milligrams. They do have vitamin D. Now, if you look further at their zinc, they have 3.8 milligrams. You should be getting at least 9 to 11 milligrams, and research ties even higher amounts of zinc to greater immune benefits. And we'll talk about mineral absorption in just a moment. What about their bone and muscle health claim? There's no calcium in this supplement. I think it's important to understand that while taking vitamin D does provide some bone benefits, vitamin D without calcium does not reduce bone fracture risk, according to the Harvard and New England Journal of Medicine. What about muscle health? Magnesium and calcium are the 2 most relevant micronutrients for proper muscle function. Calcium tells the muscle to contract, magnesium tells the muscle to relax. Neither are present here. So I'll ask you, does it appear that this product is focused on delivering the absolute best results, or is marketing and selling this product a higher priority? Now, what about Melaleuca? Let's start with omega 3s. Every single one of our omega 3 products deliver DHA and EPA at levels that are far higher than the recommended 500 milligrams and higher than the heart health criteria established by the FDA. For example, our omega 3 cream delights provide 1,080 milligrams of DHA and EPA, not 60 milligrams. It tastes delicious and doesn't have a fishy aftertaste. And all of our omega 3 products are sourced and refined to ensure the highest levels of purity. And we deliver the complete picture when it comes to energy in our supplements. We have unmatched immune benefits through products like the Peak Performance Pack or our Activate Immune Complex. These products utilize Melaleuca's patented Oligo technology, which allows us to bind minerals to proteins and fibers, delivering those nutrients to your body just like nature would. It's one of the many secrets that we've unlocked from nature using clean, safe science. And that benefit means unmatched nutrient absorption for you when we put Oligo technology to work. Additionally, when a traditional multivitamin supplement hits your small intestine, they're difficult to absorb in that inorganic mineral form. And those minerals trigger a cascade of free radicals that can destroy the very antioxidant vitamins that multivitamin is trying to deliver. With Oligo, you get optimal absorption without excess free radical creation. In fact, only with Oligo, you actually get the benefits you're paying for, and that means you get to enjoy the things in life that matter to you. With Oligo, you get to do more. That's why Melaleuca focuses on delivering research-backed, proven products that outperform the competition and will deliver the benefits necessary for you to live a more vibrant life. We're always researching, always learning, and always improving. We support the health of all of your body systems, from your brain, your heart, your respiratory system, your skin, your eyes, your bones, your immune system, all the way to the powerful benefits of a healthy digestive tract and its impact on your overall health and nutrition. Melaleuca is always seeking to provide our customers with the absolute best, and there is so much more to come.
Introducing the all-new FiberWise with less sugar, natural folate in the flavors you love today, plus new flavors you're going to be excited about. New FiberWise delivers the same life-changing benefits that come from 7 diverse sources of fiber: soothing herbs, antioxidants, probiotics, and the ideal ratio of soluble and insoluble fiber. FiberWise delivers 50% of your daily fiber needs, providing optimal digestive, heart, and immune health support. It's proven to help lower LDL or bad cholesterol to reduce the risk of heart disease, help sweep away fat and toxins to support overall health, promote regularity, and help relieve occasional gas and bloating, slow the absorption of glucose from food, support healthy weight management, and help you feel less hungry between meals. And now, introducing a new flavor, all new FiberWise Green Apple, sweetened with stevia. Same fiber benefits, great new taste. And if you're looking for a new way to get the fiber you need, try our all-new, all-purpose FiberWise. It's optimized to deliver a full serving of fiber when used as a substitute for either eggs or flour in almost any recipe. Simply add the recommended amount of all-purpose FiberWise instead of eggs or flour to breads, cookies, muffins, and other baked goods. Or use it as a great topping to yogurt, or even in your morning smoothie or coffee. It's easy, and we've done the conversion for you. All-purpose FiberWise is flavorless, but still packs the same amazing benefits you'll get from regular FiberWise. New FiberWise and new all-purpose FiberWise. 2 great ways to get the fiber you need every day. And they're only available from Melaleuca. Now that's worth sharing.
Less than a year before the pandemic, I made a shift from working as a district level administrator for one of the largest school districts in the nation to consulting full time. And then there was COVID. And so the phone stopped ringing, the email stopped coming in, and the days passed and the months started to pass and the lockdown took place and the bank account was dwindling rapidly. I'm a single mom, and I have the full responsibility of 2 children and my mom. And so when the nation shut down, I said, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I felt really depressed, not having a plan B, not knowing what was next. And so when I learned about Melaleuca, it couldn't have come at a better time, quite honestly. I have a repeat income that fluctuates between $4,600 and $4,800. That repeat income is more of a baseline that I know that I can depend on each month. And what I love about Melaleuca is that when someone joins me in this business, I can show them this is the blueprint. This is what we do to help you earn your repeat income, whether their goal is to have a repeat income of $1,000 or $10,000. I'm confident that there is a plan, and this is the course that we're going to be able to follow. And here are the numbers that go with it, and here's the action that we're going to take to accomplish that goal. This is a way that you can be someone like me who has an eviction notice on the door one month, and on the 12th of the next month, everything can be completely and totally different and back in your control.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2023. What better time to become the healthiest version of yourself and help others do the same? You know, one problem we have in the US is that 41.9% of adults are obese. That's 140 million people. Mexico passed the US as the most obese country in the world, and 29% of Canadian adults are obese. We have the solution. Melaleuca's R3 program is transforming thousands of lives around the world. It's an easy-to-follow plan that allows you to eat foods you love without counting calories, grams, or ounces. You'll follow 3 2-week phases: reset, reintroduce, and real life. And speaking of real life, I'm beyond excited about Riverbend Ranch Black Label Beef. Since R3 teaches you a balanced, healthy lifestyle of eating, and since Riverbend Ranch Black Label Beef is hormone and antibiotic free, and since it's an exceptional source of vitamins, minerals, and protein, when you choose to enjoy beef, it's an absolute thumbs up on the yes list. The foods you eat make a big difference in your health, so choose wisely. Many marketing executives have found that following the R3 plan is a great way for them to not only reach their goals, but to also build their Melaleuca business. For example, Susan Dampier, Executive Director 2 from Ponte Vedra, Florida, used R3 to enroll 20 customers and help them lose weight. One of them recently lost 15 pounds and advanced to Director 2. Now, you may be wondering, how did she do it? Susan shared on social media about her weight loss and digestive issues. She shared that Goodzymes help break down her food to digest it better. Many people were intrigued and requested more information. She then educated each person about the benefits of the product and details about the R3 plan. She asked them questions about their health and weight loss goals and recommended specific products to meet their needs. That led to her sharing the Melaleuca overview, helping them set up their shopping accounts and getting them started with their new shopping experience. One of the people who requested more information wasn't ready to shop, so Susan added her to the R3 Facebook group to learn more. She followed up a month later and learned that her friend had already lost 7 pounds and was intrigued by the posts in the group, particularly about the Peak Performance, FiberWise, and GC Control, and was now ready to set up her account. Another executive director named Clarissa Martinez from San Antonio, Texas, has enrolled 50 customers using R3. She's lost 35 pounds and dropped from a size 16 to a size 10. She thanks and credits R3 for helping her stop her 20-year eating disorder and for changing her 18-year-old son's life, who lost 70 pounds. She was vulnerable and shared her weight struggles on social media and said she was ready to start a new program and was looking for accountability. People were intrigued and requested to learn more. Clarissa privately asked each person questions about their health and weight loss goals to recommend specific products to meet their needs. She shared the overview to introduce them to all of Melaleuca's shopping aisles and set up their account. She found that people following R3 never question the minimum of 35 product points, but tend to shop for much, much more. She adds them to the R3 Facebook group and personally invites them to the upcoming weight loss challenge. So what's your next step? How can you begin to use R3 to introduce Melaleuca to those on your contact list? Go to melaleuca.com/R3 to access all the R3 downloadable resources. Go to Facebook and request to join the R3 Weight Loss Plan group. There's never been a better time than right now to take personal action and invite everyone to do the same. The 5-day pre-challenge bootcamp starts Monday in the R3 group, and the 6-week reset challenge starts January 16th. Team up, take control, Make it a part of your weekly business building goals and share with your group. In our most recent challenge, participants lost a combined total of over 8,000 pounds. They are healthier, have more energy, and have never felt better. Take the challenge, embrace R3, and look for opportunities to help others reach their R3 goals as well. I look forward to you joining the Melaleuca R3 family.
What a great reminder of how R3 and Melaleuca are helping people reach their goals and live the life that they want to live.
Yeah, and speaking of your 2023 goals and your resolutions, if you're serious about making a change in your life this year, make sure you set a target to attend convention. Let's watch.
Convention is the most important investment you can make into yourself every single year.
If you're serious about building a Melaleuca business, you have to be at convention. It's life-changing.
And you're only going to get that here in person.
Walked in and was blown away because you don't realize how big the company is until you're actually here.
This is where it all happens. Live, up front, in person.
I was a director 2 my first year, senior director 4 the next year when I came back because of convention.
It's the best training you'll get in all of Melaleuca.
Just building that contact list, approaches, sharing the overview, enrolling customers, and you have the pros here to show you how to do it.
When you come to convention, you find out really quickly, this company is for real and we're on a mission.
When you come to convention, you really know what you have your hands on, and your belief level just skyrockets.
I can't take convention to my team, and so I need to bring my team to convention so they can experience for themselves.
If you're serious about your Melaleuca business, you've got to be at convention.
It just fills your soul and fills your belief bucket so much that you just have to be here.
You know, I've learned as adults, we get so focused on kids, work, church, and others, we almost never take time out of our busy schedules to focus on how to create the life that we want. Well, this is your year. Commit to convention. You have 359 days left this year to focus on others. So this year, take just 3 for yourself. Because yes, just 3 days could change your life forever.
And by registering today, you also lock in the lowest possible price, which is only available for a few more days. So after we're done with launch, go to Melaleuca.com to subscribe to Riverbend Ranch Steaks and register for convention.
Now, you may be clear about your 2023 goals and ready to take action, or perhaps you're curious about what's possible and want to know how to push past your goals this year. So wherever you find yourself, success starts with critical business building activity number 1, adding names to your contact list, and activity number 2, approaching others. So we've asked 3-time President's Club earner and 2-time Marketing Executive of the Year, Corporate Director 4 Kim McCauley, to share how these activities propelled her business through the corporate director ranks and exactly how these activities are your game plan for growth this year. Now from Sagal, Idaho, here is Kim McCauley.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year and welcome to Launch. I have a question for you. What's your story? Melaleuca is filled with so many incredible life-changing stories. Here's mine. 5 years ago, when I enrolled in Melaleuca, I had a goal to just make $1,000 a month. We were drowning in medical debt from our daughter Maxine, and all I needed was a little extra money to help pay for our other daughter's private school and hopefully have some left over for groceries. Here we are today, and our lives have been changed forever. I had immediately seen the vision of Melaleuca, but $1,000 was all I thought I was worth and all I thought I could accomplish. And I was so concerned about what everybody else thought about me that I sat on this business for almost 2 weeks. Until one day, I was walking through the house and I saw my 2 daughters sitting on the couch watching cartoons, and I stopped dead in my tracks. Looking at them, I realized that what other people thought of me wasn't nearly as important as giving them a better life. So I went outside and started making calls. One of my first calls, Well, National Director Shauna Lambert. My hands were shaking and I thought I was gonna throw up. But I told her if what I found was real, we could change so many lives, and we have. So here's another story for you. Senior Director 2, Maya Nichols. Maya was living in California in the height of COVID when her massage business was shut down due to mandates. But luckily, Maya had built a strong business and was consistent in activities 1, 2, and 3. And she had a residual income of $2,000 a month. That income was able to keep her afloat when her business was shut down, and she was even able to leave California and move to Montana, where she's now able to stay home full-time and homeschool her son. So what's the story that you are going to write? They all start with being consistent in activities 1, 2, and 3. In my time here at Melaleuca, I've learned a lot of lessons. Slow and steady wins the race. Consistency trumps intensity every day. Small habits compound over time. And there's 2 things that are certain: flat spots and taxes. But most importantly, just do the activities. Success does not discriminate, and Melaleuca has given us all the tools we need to be successful. We just have to implement them. Adding names to your contact list and setting the appointment must be pretty important because it's the first and second thing they wrote. Of all the things to write when starting a company, they said the most important thing to do is add names and set the appointment. So what's my biggest tip and how do we do that? Keep it simple. Instead of getting yourself all worked up and overwhelmed, what if you just kept it simple? What if you simply made a commitment right here and now to add 1 name a day to your contact list? That's 365 names a year. On the low end, if you enrolled 10% of those, you'd have 36 new preferred personal customers in your business. And how many directors end up coming out of that? I know that working with my team, we have all made a commitment to each other to add 1 name a day and do 1 intentional approach. And it's doing incredible things for all of our businesses. I think we can all agree that every single one of us is capable of adding just 1 name per day. But what if you doubled that to 2 names a day? That's over 700 names a year. Now, if I were to tell you right now to just go out and add 700 names to your list, you'd think that I'm insane. But 1 to 2 names a day seems a lot more reasonable, doesn't it? And in this world, in this crazy economy, people need us now more than ever. So don't discriminate or prejudge when you add names. I would not have been on many people's contact lists. I was just a mom with 400 friends on Facebook telling the world that everything was okay. But in reality, we were drowning. So just add the names, a minimum of 1 a day. Set a timer for 15 minutes, add your name, and do 1 approach. It's those small habits that if you get super consistent with, they will change your whole life. So now you've got your list of names. Now what? Keep it simple. Here's an approach I love that is so simple. Hey, Sally, what are you doing tomorrow night at 7 p.m.? Sally responds that she's not doing anything. Awesome, because I want to run something by you. So I just found this online wellness store. It's basically like a non-toxic Amazon alternative, and I thought it would be a great fit for your family because ... you're going to insert the reason. We are having a webinar tomorrow at 7. Can I send you an invite? It's that simple. Sally already told you she's not busy, so you have the perfect segue to invite her. And for me, I like to point blank just ask, can I invite you? If Sally were to say she's going to be at her son's soccer game or she had other plans, I would simply ask her, when does she have some free time for me to show her something? Another approach that I love, also super simple. Hey, Sally, do you have a few minutes? I'd like to run something by you. She says, sure, what's up? So I found this online alternative to Target and Walmart, and I'm pretty obsessed with everything. It's all safer for my family and American made. I thought about you and how it could be a great fit for you too because ... you're going to insert why. Would you mind if I explain it to you more and see if it's a good fit for your family? What I love the most about this is no matter how you are building, with the new overview slides, these approaches are applicable and doable for everyone. For my team, we're personally doing 4 webinars a week right now. So when we ask someone what their plans are for tomorrow at 7 p.m., we have a webinar to plug them right into. But if you don't have team webinars, you can always present the slides one-on-one yourself via Zoom or in person. No matter how long you've been here, you can simply just read the slides, or you can present them at an in-home. However you're building your Melaleuca business, you can utilize these tools because Melaleuca has set us up for ultimate success with the new overview. The new overview was designed with you in mind. All you need to do is read the overview and have confidence that every presentation is going to be a great one because you're just reading the slides and adding your story. You just have to take action now. Where do you want to be a year from now? Have you thought about it? With Melaleuca, there is no limit. Success does not discriminate, and the limit to your success does not exist. You get to write your own story here. If you haven't thought about it yet, I want to give you a task. Sit down and write out your dream day. Write exactly what you want your story to be. Then simply reverse engineer it through actionable items. How many names per day? How many appointments? How many overviews? If you don't believe it's possible yet, please know that we believe in you. And know that you can have belief in Melaleuca. In the world we're living in, approaching people about Melaleuca is like handing out gold bars to your friends. Solid, life-changing, backed by science products, and an incredible life-changing compensation plan. Add in the new enhancements like the critical activity bonus, and what are we waiting for? I believe in you. You can do this. The time is now. So let's go change some lives.
Wow, what a great training about how to write your story this year. Are you hearing the message? Adding names to your contact list, scheduling appointments, and sharing the overview. These are the simple activities that will transform your business and change your life.
And now, I know you've been waiting to hear more about Melaleuca's exceptional wellness products. Let's check it out.
There has never been a better time to be a part of Melaleuca. We continue to research, to learn, and get better all the time. Even when we have a product that stands apart from the competition, we are always looking to improve and deliver better results. Those of you with kids or grandkids are in for a treat. We've given our Koala Pals Shakeables Daily Nutrition Shake a serious upgrade, an enhanced formula that delivers balanced support that every kid's body needs. Support that fills the nutritional gaps they face with even the healthiest of diets. And with kids, that can be hard to find. The new Koala Pals Shakeables flavor has been dramatically improved and is now offered in a rich milk chocolate and smooth strawberry. In testing, kids absolutely love the new taste. And it delivers 20 vitamins and minerals powered by Allego, along with 10 grams of quality protein. And we've got even more for you. Here's Senior Vice President of Marketing, Patrick Jones, to share some news that's certain to be a real eye-opener.
Thanks, Isaac. Did you know that a healthy gut not only impacts your internal body networks, but it can also do wonders for your skin? You know, one of the things within skincare that I'm often asked about are the number of different products designed for different areas or skin on your body. There are actually hundreds. Why so many? Is it a marketing tactic to sell more product? The truth of the matter is, as the largest organ of your body, your skin can be very different depending on where it is on the body. And each of those different areas require specific needs in order to maintain optimal health. For instance, the skin here around the eyes is the most delicate on the body, and more often than not is the first to show signs of damage and aging. This skin around your eyes is actually 10 times thinner than the skin on the rest of your face. Due to its delicate nature, this area requires a different type of product than the rest of the face. A product that helps decrease irritation and properly absorbs to avoid migration into the eyes. It's important to note that using the wrong types of skincare in certain areas can actually either cause more damage or simply do nothing at all. For a few years now, we've been working on an amazing transformation of the Sebela Eye Care collection, identifying, selecting, and making available top-of-the-line ingredients to quickly target the visible signs of aging in this delicate area. I'm excited to tell you about this incredible new line. The first, our new Bright Eyes Dark Circle Minimizing Eye Serum, designed to quickly absorb into the thinner skin around your eye, delivering potent, fast-acting ingredients like bakuchiol, peptides, antioxidants, and a prebiotic complex to reduce the appearance of dark circles, fine lines, and wrinkles. This should be followed by our new Night Recovery Eye Cream, a retinoid-powered night cream that locks in moisture while it works to firm, tighten, and reduce the appearance that age can have on this delicate skin. Do you ever get those unsightly dark circles and bags under your eyes? I know I do. And we're excited to provide you a tool you'll want to take with you everywhere you go. It's Sebela's new Cooling Under Eye Gel. It uses a gently gliding 3-roller applicator to massage its cooling gel into the skin, relaxing and calming while reducing the appearance of dark circles. Used as a daily regimen, this collection leverages scientifically proven, age-defying ingredients to deliver instant and long-term results. Learn about these amazing new formulas, how they outperform the other eye products on the market, and of course, purchase the full collection today at Melaleuca.com.
Before Melaleuca, I lived in a small town in Illinois. I had just left corporate America. My husband is 19 years Air Force.
Me being stationed in Illinois, I was the 7:30 to 4:30 person. So I was the one a lot of times taking Savannah to school, picking her up, getting her to practice, doing those things because at the time she was actually working out of St. Louis and at a medical facility over there. And so she was driving and trying to commute from Illinois to St. Louis and back.
It was a very hard time for me, working full time, missing out on my daughter's life. And I did have a very long commute. It was an hour plus there to work, an hour plus home. By the time I got home, Brent had already made dinner. She'd already taken her bath. I had like an hour. So I did not want to live that way forever. I knew that there had to be more than that. I was absolutely miserable. So when I first heard about Melaleuca, I got excited about the products, the simplicity of how it could help my friends and family without hurting them. It was products that they were already using, and it made sense to me. Very quickly, I went Director 2. I enrolled 16 customers my very first month, and all I did was make a list, and I called them on the phone, and I said, hey, I want to share something with you. And then I just shared my heart, I shared what it was, and that's how I enrolled my first 16 customers. In my first month, I made about $924. My reaction to the $924 was, first, I could afford my daughter's tuition. And then I was mind blown that I could do something that was very simple and make that kind of income.
If you can just make that much to cover that tuition, we're going to be solid. You know what I mean? We'll still be poor, but you'll be happy. So I was super thrilled about that. And then the money that we were saving on the side, extra in the account, I was super excited about it.
So I continued to build my Melaleuca business, and my second month, I actually advanced to Director 3, and my check was over $2,000 that month.
And so she's staying at home, making $2,000, able to, have cook dinner and be with Savannah and run the house. And I was like, man, this could be something. Like she could be onto something here.
So after my second month and my second paycheck, I kind of dabbled. And then in December of 2018, my enroller, Erin Clark, called me. And she's like, Sadie, you're amazing. You enroll a lot of customers. So I was in Illinois for 3 weeks during December. And I said, when I get back in January, I'll put my head down. I'm going to give you 90 days. And I went from a $1,700 check in January. And when I went to sleep February 28th, it was my 38th birthday, I knew my check was going to be over $10,000. And then in March, my check was over $31,000. And that's when he about just dropped.
When she got that first check for $31,000, which is pretty much half of my salary for the year. We're from small towns. We don't have rich people in our family. Like we don't come from money, either one of us.
Thanks to Melaleuca, the things that I have in my life, one that's really, really important to me is I'm going to be able to send my daughter to college, and she can start off with opportunities with zero debt. Me and my husband are able to travel. I live a life to where I don't have to check my bank account when I want to go do something, if I want to purchase something, if I want to go have a mother-daughter day. It's a peace of mind. It's time freedom. I've been with Melaleuca a little over 5 years, and my cumulative earnings are $1,142,000. And that's literally changed my life. I never thought that number would exist with my name. It's changed my perspective. It's made me realize that anything truly is possible. If you put hard work, you can do anything.
There's not enough time in this interview for me to tell you how proud I am of her. Everything that she's done, everything that she's dealt with, she wants to be able to just take her story and show people that, hey, with hard work and consistency, just doing the same thing every day, that you can't succeed.
So Melaleuca is home to me. It's a place that I can continue to grow. It's a place where I can help other people grow in who they are. I can help other people succeed and live a life of their dreams, and they can do that to other people as well and believe that anything's possible.
Now, many have big goals this year to advance your business and grow your repeat income. And if that's you, developing personal leadership consistently is key. So how? Well, a few minutes ago, we discussed the first steps begin with critical business building activity number 1 and 2, adding names to your contact list and setting appointments. And number 3 is to share the overview. And we shared earlier that by simply reading the slides, we're seeing a significant increase in the number who want to earn income through Melaleuca. So what does all that mean for you? As you complete these first 3 activities, you have the opportunity, more than ever, to help new enrollees advance to Director, Director 3, and beyond. And now, to help you get even better at helping new enrollees on their path, let's go to one of Melaleuca's absolute best at doing just that. Corporate Director 8, Rafael Rojas, has over 1,100 active directors in his organization. He's been living our mission since 2005 and has helped hundreds throughout Melaleuca advance to Director, Director 3, and even Senior Director and beyond. And over the past 18 years, he has helped his personal enrollees earn a combined $29,413,000. So here he is from Houston, Texas, Rafael Rojas.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm so excited to be here at launch. I remember 18 years ago when I attended my first launch. I invited a few people, but I remember these 2 ladies, Rosy Barajas and Cecilia Lopez. They were going through a really hard time financially. And they went to launch, they got excited, and then they followed a few simple steps. And what they've done is unbelievable. They both have earned over $2 million each. And I've seen hundreds and hundreds of people change their lives. So what I do is I kind of teach them what to do when they first get started. So I'd like to share that with you. When I enroll a new marketing executive, the first thing I like to do, I help them with their first enrollment. That's so important when they enroll. I want to get the first enrollment within the first 48 hours so they can start seeing success. They can start seeing that it can be done. And I don't stop there. We keep going. I set up probably a house meeting or a one-on-one meeting with somebody, some of their friends and their family. I want to get them to Director as soon as possible. So we do that. We also put in their calendar. I want to help them create a calendar. And in this calendar, we're going to be focusing on activities number 2, appointments, activities number 3, presentations. It's gotta be full of those 2 activities. Why? Because I want to help them become a director as soon as possible. And that takes me to the action plan. And what I do is I created a 90-day action plan, and you have to do that with them. They need to see what are the steps they need to take. So my action plan has been the same for many, many years. First of all, I teach them to get 10 preferred customers their first month. I don't tell them about 8, I tell them 10. Why? Because that will make you a director. You'll earn somewhere around $500 to $600, and that's good for them because they can see it works. Step 2, they need to enroll another 10 preferred customers so they can have 20 customers. They could be the 2020 club. And out of those 20, we need to help one person become a director. That way, they become a director too, and they will earn over $1,000. Now, step 3. You have 20 personal customers, 1 director. You need to develop another 2 personal directors. That way, you will be a Director 3. You'll end up with 20 personal customers, 3 directors with 10, that's about 50 customers. Now you have a strong Director 3, and most importantly, this person has earned from $3,000 to $4,000, and that's a way to taste success. And now they have the belief they can do it, and then I tell them, all you gotta do now is teach these 3 steps to people in your team, because if you really look at it, if you help 10 people in your team become Director 3s, that'll take you to Senior Director. Now, you may be thinking, how do I teach this if I haven't done it myself? So what I suggest is that starting January, you enroll 10 personal customers and do step 1. Even though if you may be a director, Director 3, or an executive director, it doesn't matter. Start with step 1. Do it yourself. In February, enroll another 10 personal customers and develop a brand new director. And then in March, develop another 2 directors. That way, you've done the 3 steps, and now you have the conviction and the posture to teach other people how to do it. And if you do that, 2023 will be one of the best years you've ever had in Melaleuca. Just take action. Take action now.
Now that was some incredible training from Rafael.
Yes, it was.
So now everybody, let's shift to you. What do you want your life to look like 1 year from today? Remember, we always are one decision away from a completely different life. And after everything we've heard today, what will your decision be? Now here are the most important questions this weekend. What is your goal? And why is that important to you and your family? So right now, take a moment, write it down, and don't stop there. Make it real by sharing that with your accountability partner today. And as you think about these important questions, we do need to push back against all the distractions and the temptation to wait until next week or the week after. We've all done that to ourselves before. Not this time. Let's start taking steps to reach our goals, and we have the perfect game plan for you.
Yeah, and by now you've heard the January kickoff call where Darren and I unveiled the incredible January promotion. Well, think of that as your track to run on the entire month, because this is the month to help others reach director status for the first time with the $1,000 new director guarantee. And at the same time, start your new year right by enrolling 4 or 8, or as Rafael said, step 1 is 10. And while you're at it, you can earn some incredible luggage that, while we're not doing a fast track next month, may still come in handy in the near future. But don't wait. The time to act is now. Waiting until tomorrow or next week or next month is the formula for failure. You already know that. Your new year, your new life begins with your next steps.
And your next steps are, are you ready? Number 1, go to melaleuca.com/Riverbend Ranch to subscribe so you can enjoy the Riverbend Ranch Black Label Steaks and lock in your earning potential, and then get the word out. Second, if you're one of the few that haven't registered for a convention yet, now is your chance. And finally, you came to Launch 2023 for a reason. And at Melaleuca, we believe that all growth happens just outside our comfort zone. So as we start this new year, I think it's time we all get out of our comfort zone and grow by taking action. Pull out your contact list, pick up the phone, and earn the January promotion, and take control of your future today. So now, let's put a bow on Launch 2023 with a special message from Melaleuca CEO, Jerry Felton.
Thank you, Darren. So here we are, nearing the end of this January launch event. Earlier in the launch, I made a statement about your attendance here. I said, I'm confident it will be evident to you that you are in the right place. I'm also confident you'll recognize that our future together is incredibly bright. From the new and enhanced products, to the fantastic training from some of Melaleuca's best leaders, to the heartfelt sharing of lives impacted by living our mission, it was all there for you to discover. And what I'm most excited about is the significant and business-changing announcement that Frank delivered to all of us. What an opportunity, not only as consumers with exclusive access to Riverbend Ranch beef, but also for the tremendous business opportunity it creates. There was so much there, and it's all available for you to go access and learn more or reinforce what you heard from Frank today. Frank said you could go to the website tomorrow. Well, if you go there now, you'll notice it's up, it's ready for you to visit, to enroll and place your subscription. Remember Frank's important direction. 3 things to do immediately. First, go to melaleuca.com and tap the Riverbend Ranch button to enroll and subscribe. For our Canadian customers, your site will be active on January 23rd. Don't forget to subscribe this month so your $10 lifetime membership access fee can be waived. Second, tell everyone in your organization about this announcement and let them know where to go. Nearly everyone shops at melaleuca.com, so they'll get there eventually, but help them get there sooner. And third, go build your Melaleuca business so you have even more customers who discover our wellness products now with the new Riverbend Ranch shopping aisle. If I were to try to sum up briefly what this means to you, it might go a little like this. What an amazing opportunity to get higher quality, never ever beef from Riverbend Ranch delivered direct to your door at half the cost compared to other companies. And what an even more amazing opportunity that you can participate in increased commissions for the customers who already exist in your business and who also subscribe to Riverbend Ranch. This will increase average product points and repeat income in your existing business. It will also give you another fantastic, one-of-a-kind, differentiated product aisle that your new prospects will be interested in as they discover Melaleuca through your efforts. I'm thrilled for this new opportunity and how it will advance our business. And I've tasted the beef. It's spectacular. And it'll be the monthly subscription at the Felton's house for sure. Now, I want you to focus on the third piece of direction Frank gave just for a moment. Go build your Melaleuca business. You don't need to spend a lot of time analyzing where you are or where you might be lacking. Go back to the basics. Recommit yourself to daily engagement of the critical activities. It's that simple. It's only through these critical activities that you will help others discover our life-changing products and business opportunity and grow and advance your business. So take control, make the effort, be consistent, and don't let up. It will change everything. So my personal challenge to you is to include in your goals this goal. Strive to achieve and earn the critical activity bonus every single month. You will grow your business and you will join thousands of others who are taking control of their financial future by doing the activities required to achieve this bonus every single month. Start by taking advantage of the incredible incentives this month to help you start your best year ever. Dollar enrollments, director guarantee, the Enroll 2, 4, or 8 incentive. Trust me, this luggage will come in handy. Enroll customers, help someone advance to director, and set yourself up and your business to take advantage of what is in store for you over the next several months. And qualify for the critical activity bonus. January will be the month to create the momentum you will need and connect to what we have in store for you over the next several months. It's been said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Each of us has the opportunity to create and shape our own future. And what we decide to do today, right this moment, will influence the success of our journey for tomorrow. Our future is incredibly bright. And while much of the world is in chaos, we can be a guiding light. We can provide hope and belief and safety. We have what the world needs. And all roads do lead to Melaleuca. So let's get out and show people the way. And I wish for all of you your best year ever.